Hello, hello, hello. It's Angela, the Inquisitive Farmwife. We're in the kitchen today. It is Amish Friendship Friday day. At least I think so. Anyway, we're going to be making some stuff with some Amish friendship bread today. I was at the store the other day and I bought some whipped cream cheese. I bought a savory kind and a sweet kind. But then I got home and I don't have any bagels. So we're going to make bagels. Thanks to my friend Renee for bringing my attention to the Amish Friendship Starter many months ago and co-hosting the Amish Friendship Bread Friendship Fridays with me. I have been having such a great time and I hope all of you have too. Want more information? Look down below where you will find some playlists to check out more recipes. But for now, let's get busy making some bagels. First thing I want to do is get myself about a half a cup of water, and then I want to check the temperature. I don't want to kill the yeast. We are going to be adding yeast to it in addition to the friendship starter. It's just going to give us a little bit fluffier of a dough. So let's see. We are about 114, so that's perfect. 120 could kill it, 115 is fine. I usually stick somewhere around 1 to 110. I'm going to put in about a packet's worth of yeast. I buy mine in bulk, and so that would be, I believe, 2 1/4 teaspoons. So I'm just going to mix this up, and we're going to let it kind of bloom for up to 10 minutes. Okay, grab my mixing bowl from my stand mixer, and to that I'm going to start with 3 cups of flour. We're going to add about a tablespoon of brown sugar, a couple of teaspoons of salt. Give this a quick mix. Our yeast has started to bubble, so we're going to add that to our flour mixture. And then we need to grab a cup of our starter. There we have it. I'll clean up the sides and I'll tuck this away. And it looks like we've got enough here that I can either save it for the freezer or make another recipe another day. Or I can choose to feed it and keep on going with the starter. Dough hook, low speed. I'm hoping that this is enough liquid. If it is not, I will add some water to this. The more you work with homemade breads and doughs, the more of a feel you get for knowing what works and when you need to change your recipe a little bit. With the friendship starter, you have to be even more patient because it makes a more sticky, wet dough. And so you have to just let it incorporate, give it time, and be patient. I think I might add maybe another 1/4 cup. It's very close, so I'm just going to drizzle a little at a time. Let's see how that does. Oh, I think we've hit our sweet spot. Now I need to let the dough knead for 2 to 4 minutes. Ooh, look at this dough. Perfect. It's a little bit sticky. Oh, this is a lovely, pliable dough. Watch this. Play with it. It's nice. Okay. I'm going to give it just a few more hand kneads to give it just a little bit more pliability. I've just got olive oil in here. I'm going to spray my bowl really well. Spray my dough, bottom and top. I just don't want it to stick. I'm going to cover this, put it in a warm spot, let it rest at least an hour. This dough may not rise like your typical bread dough, and that's okay if it doesn't. It's okay if it does. So you only need to let this rest for about an hour. If you let it rest more, it's not gonna hurt it. If it doubles, that's okay. If it doesn't, that's okay too. It's a much more dense dough. You know, it's not like your sandwich bread. Bagels are chewier and thicker, and so it doesn't have to do exactly the same as what you're used to with your regular loaf breads. So I'll see you back in an hour or so. It's been many hours. We are back. Let's shape and bake our bagels. Now today we're just gonna be making plain bagels, but had you want, you could have put pieces of fruit in there. We could have added spices and seasonings. You can make them as fancy as you want. But again, I wanted plain bagels today, but everything bagel seasoning is one of my favorites. So I had switched it to a different bowl. And now I think I want to make, I'm going to make 6 bagels. I was thinking it was going to make 6 or 8 bagels. Let's see here. Well, yeah, I think I want to do 6 bagels. I like a big bagel. You can always just eat a half one if you want. Now, if you're particular, absolutely just weigh them out individually. But this is just for us, so I'm not worried about it. And all I want to do is make that circle. And then I'm going to open up the middle, twirl it around, and here's my bagel. I have a sheet over here that I have greased really well. And then on the stove top, I have some boiling water that has a little bit of molasses in it. If you could find the malt, there's a special malt stuff that is better to use, but I don't have that. So I just use molasses, but you could use honey, you could use sorghum. There's lots of options. And then I also like to put in a little baking soda in mine. I just think it really helps with that chewy texture that we all love with bagels, right? And if you want to, you could make a heart, or you can get fancy and make shapes, but I'm going to try to stick to the circles today. So we've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees, and it's this simple. We don't have to let it rise again. We just have to wait for the water to come to a simmer, and then we are going to boil these and then bake them. You know, I used to be so intimidated by the thought of making my own homemade bagel until I did it. And then I was like, why did I wait so long to try this? It's so silly because it really is easy. And they taste so good, especially if you can get it when it's warm and fresh, and then put on your butter, your cream cheese, or however you like to eat your bagels. By the way, tell me down below, how do you eat your bagel? What's your favorite flavor? Okay. We need to get our water to a simmer, which we are very close to being at. I stepped away for a minute and I went from, it's almost a boil, not really quite a simmer. And I think I can only get 1 or 2 at a time. I think I'm just going to do 1 at a time because these are really big. I really probably should have done 8. And we're going to do them for 2 minutes, so like 1 minute each side. Okay, flip her over. Alexa, set timer 1 minute.
1 minute, starting now.
I don't know if you can see that or not, but the reason you want that hole in the middle is so that it can boil up through there, and when you bake it, so that it's not as dense and the full thing can get baked. Alexa, stop. Okay, so I'll take this out. So I have an egg here that I have beat up. And if you don't want to do that, you can just put a milk wash on there. You can use just egg white with water. You can use just egg yolks. But I chose to just use a whole egg. And then we're going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And then we'll flip it and do maybe up to another 20 minutes on the other side. Hot out of the oven. Take these off to cool. And then, let's look at the back. Ooh, doesn't that look nice? I'll let these cool and they will be breakfast, lunch, or snack. Now, I won't be doing a taste test this evening, but I will tell you I've made them before and they're delicious. I'll try to get a few snapshots so you can see pictures, but look how beautiful these bagels are. I'm so excited that you came with me. If you like what you saw today, make sure you share it out with your friends so they can enjoy this recipe too. Until next time, bye for now. Beautiful.